The warden's hand is on the folder. Mike Tyson's folder. In 72 hours, 5 innocent men will walk free from this prison. But right now, nobody in this building knows the deal that's about to be made. Nobody knows that the most dangerous man in prison is about to become the only person who can save it. The warden doesn't even know if Mike will say yes. All he knows is that without Mike Tyson, this prison is about to explode. The office is quiet. Too quiet. It's 11 p.m. on a Tuesday night. The prison is locked down. Lights out happened an hour ago. But Warden James Mitchell is still here, sitting at his desk, staring at a file that's been open for the last 3 hours. Mike Tyson's intake report, day 7 of his sentence. The report says Mike's been quiet. Model prisoner. Keeps to himself. Works in the kitchen. Doesn't cause trouble. But Mitchell knows better. He's been running prisons for 23 years. He knows the difference between a man who's reformed and a man who's calculating. Mike Tyson is calculating. Mitchell's phone rings. It's Officer Davis from C Block. Warden, we got a situation. The disciples are moving tonight. Intel says they're planning something big. We can't stop it without going in hard. And if we go in hard, we're looking at a full-scale riot. Mitchell closes his eyes. The disciples. The largest gang in the prison. 40 members. Control the drug trade, the protection rackets, everything. Their leader is Marcus Prophet Williams. 20 years into a life sentence. Nothing to lose. Everything to gain. And right now, Prophet is planning to take over the entire East Wing. Mitchell hangs up, looks at the folder again. Mike Tyson, 7 days in. Already the most respected man in the yard. Not because he's demanding it, not because he's fighting for it, but because he's Mike Tyson. Because every man in this prison grew up watching him knock people out. Because his reputation walked through those gates before he did. And Prophet knows it. Prophet's been watching Mike, testing him, sending his guys to sit near him in the cafeteria, to work out near him in the yard, to see if Mike's someone who can be controlled or someone who needs to be eliminated. Mitchell makes a decision. He picks up the phone, calls Officer Davis back. Bring Tyson to my office, now. Don't tell him why. Just bring him. Davis hesitates. Sir, it's after lockdown. Protocol says... Mitchell cuts him off. I don't care about protocol. Get him here in 10 minutes. Mike is lying on his bunk. Cell 47, C Block. His cellmate is asleep. The prison is dark except for the occasional flashlight beam from a guard making rounds. Mike's not asleep. Hasn't slept well since he got here. Not because he's scared. Mike Tyson doesn't do scared, but because his mind won't shut off. 7 days ago, he was the heavyweight champion of the world. Now he's inmate 922335. Wearing orange, eating off plastic trays, taking orders from men half as tough as the fighters he's destroyed in the ring. It's the adjustment, a humbling one. The cell door buzzes open. Mike sits up. Officer Davis is standing there with a flashlight. Tyson, Warden wants to see you. Mike doesn't ask why, doesn't argue, just stands up, puts on his shoes, follows Davis down the corridor. Other inmates are awake, watching through the bars. They see Mike walking with a guard at 11 p.m. They wonder what's happening, whether Mike's in trouble, whether this is the beginning of something bigger. Mitchell's office is on the 3rd floor, administrative wing, away from the cell blocks. Davis opens the door. Mike walks in. Mitchell is behind his desk. Older guy, late 50s, gray hair, tired eyes, but sharp, alert. He gestures to a chair. Sit down, Mr. Tyson. Mike sits, says nothing, just waits. Mitchell studies him for a moment, then starts talking. I'm going to be direct with you because I don't have time for games. This prison is about to have a major problem. There's a gang called the Disciples, 40 members. Their leader is planning to take over the East Wing tonight. If that happens, we'll have a riot on our hands. People will get hurt. Guards, inmates, maybe killed. I can send my tactical team in right now and stop it with force. But that'll just make things worse long term. These guys will retaliate. It'll be a war that lasts months. Mike listens, doesn't interrupt. Mitchell continues. You've been here 7 days. In those 7 days, you've already become the most watched man in this facility. The Disciples are paying attention to you. Prophet is paying attention to you. He's trying to figure out if you're a threat or an opportunity. Right now, you're neutral. But that won't last. Eventually, he'll make a move. He'll either try to recruit you or eliminate you. Mike speaks for the first time. His voice is calm, quiet. What do you want from me? Mitchell leans forward. I want you to help me stop this without violence. I want you to talk to Prophet. Convince him to stand down. You're the only person in this building who has the credibility to do that. He won't listen to me. He won't listen to my guards. But he'll listen to you. Because you're Mike Tyson. Mike shakes his head slowly. I'm not a snitch. I'm not working for the administration. That's not who I am. Mitchell nods. I'm not asking you to snitch. I'm not asking you to give me information or testify against anyone. I'm asking you to use your influence to prevent bloodshed. There's a difference. Mike considers this, looks down at his hands. The hands that won him championships. The hands that knocked out 44 opponents. The hands that now belong to the state for the next 3 years. He looks back up at Mitchell. What's in it for me? Mitchell was waiting for that question. He pulls out another folder, opens it. There are 5 men in this prison who shouldn't be here. Wrongful convictions, bad evidence, prosecutorial misconduct. They've been fighting appeals for years, going nowhere because they don't have the resources or the legal support. If you help me stop this gang situation, I'll personally make sure their cases get reviewed by the state's Innocence Project. I'll use every connection I have to fast-track their appeals. And if they're truly innocent, they'll walk out of here. Mike stares at him. Processing. You can do that? Mitchell nods. I've been in this system long enough to know how it works. I can make calls, open doors. It's not a guarantee they'll all get out, but I can get their cases the attention they deserve. That's more than they have right now. Mike leans back in the chair. Thinks. Why those 5? Why not others? Mitchell slides the folder across the desk. Read for yourself. Mike opens it. 5 files. 5 faces. 5 stories. Darnell Cooper. 22 years old. Convicted of armed robbery based on a witness who later recanted. Been in for 3 years. Marcus Reed. 35 years old. Convicted of assault. Security footage later showed he was 2 miles away when it happened. Been in for 7 years. Kevin Thompson, 19 years old. Took a plea deal because his public defender told him he'd lose at trial. Evidence suggests he wasn't even in the state when the crime occurred. Been in for 2 years. Mike reads through all 5. Takes his time. When he's done, he closes the folder. Looks at Mitchell. These men got screwed. Mitchell nods. Yes, they did. And the system moves too slowly to fix it unless someone pushes. I'm offering you a chance to push. Mike sits in silence for a long moment. The clock on the wall ticks. Outside the window, the prison yard is empty. Dark. Quiet. But tension is building. Everyone can feel it. Mike finally speaks. If I do this, and Prophet stands down, you guarantee those 5 men get real attention? Not just paperwork shuffling. Real legal review. Mitchell extends his hand. You have my word. I'll put it in writing if you want. Mike doesn't shake yet. And if it doesn't work? If Prophet doesn't listen? Mitchell is honest. Then we go in with force. And you tried. That's all I'm asking. An attempt. Mike thinks about it. Thinks about those 5 men. Thinks about what it's like to be locked up for something you didn't do. To watch years disappear while the system ignores you. He thinks about power. Real power. Not the power to knock someone out. The power to actually change something. To help someone who can't help themselves. That's a different kind of strength. That's the kind that lasts. Mike extends his hand, shakes Mitchell's. I'll talk to Prophet, tomorrow, in the yard. But if this goes sideways, you better keep your word about those men. Mitchell shakes firmly. You have my word. The next morning, the yard opens at 8 a.m. Mike walks out with everyone else. The sun is bright. The air is cold. November in Indiana. Inmates scatter to their usual spots. The weight pile, the basketball court, the corner where people smoke. Mike heads toward the far end of the yard, where the disciples gather. He's never approached them before. Kept his distance. But today is different. Prophet sees him coming. He's sitting on a bench with 6 of his guys. They all turn to watch Mike approach. The yard gets quieter. Other inmates notice. Guards in the towers notice. Everyone wonders what's about to happen. Mike stops a few feet away. Looks directly at Prophet. We need to talk. Prophet smiles. Cold. Calculated. Mike Tyson wants to talk to me? This should be good. What's on your mind, champ? Mike doesn't sit. Stays standing. I heard you're planning something tonight. Something that's going to cause problems for everyone in here. I'm asking you to reconsider. Prophet's smile fades. His guys tense up. One of them starts to stand, but Prophet waves him down. Who told you that? Mike doesn't answer. Doesn't matter who told me. What matters is that if you go through with it, people get hurt. Guards come down hard. Lockdowns, restrictions. Everyone suffers. Not just you. Prophet stands now. Steps closer to Mike. They're face to face. Prophet is taller, bigger. But Mike doesn't move. Doesn't flinch. Prophet speaks quietly. You've been here a week. I've been here 20 years. Don't come at me with advice about how things work in this place. Mike nods. You're right. You've been here longer. You know more about surviving in here than I ever will. But I know something you don't. I know what it's like to have power and waste it. To be strong and use that strength to destroy instead of build. I did that for years. Outside, in the ring, in my life. And it got me nowhere. Got me right here. Same place as you. Prophet stares at him, silent. Mike continues. You run this place. Everyone knows it. You have loyalty, respect, fear. But what are you building with it? What happens when you're gone? When your 20 years turns into 40? What's your legacy? More violence? More chaos? Or something that actually matters? The yard is completely silent now. Guards are watching but not moving. Inmates are frozen. Listening. Prophet's jaw tightens. You don't know what it takes to survive in here. You just got here. You're still fresh. Still thinking like you're on the outside. In here, violence is currency. Respect is earned through fear. That's reality. Mike shakes his head. Fear doesn't last. It's temporary. Real respect, real power, comes from what you give, not what you take. You want to be remembered as the guy who controlled a prison through intimidation? Or the guy who made things better for the people around him? Prophet steps back, looks at his guys. They're watching him, waiting for conviction overturned. Evidence proved he wasn't at the scene. 4 months after that, Marcus Reed is released. Security footage confirmed his alibi. By the end of the year, 3 of the 5 are free. The other 2 are still fighting, but their cases are moving forward with real legal backing. Real hope. Mike never speaks about the deal publicly, never confirms it. When asked in interviews years later if he helped anyone in prison, he says, "I just tried to be better than I was before I went in. That's all any of us can do." But the men who were there know. The guards know. The inmates know. Prophet knows. And Mitchell knows. The night Mike Tyson shook hands with a prison warden and changed 5 lives without throwing a single punch. That's power. That's legacy. That's the story.